This would be Canti, God of Fire, from Fooly Cooly. It's one of the robots made by Mental Metallica, or Medical Mechanica, I don't know which it is. Anyway, he was named by Mom and me. He doesn't actually ever talk in the series, but moving on to the finger. Well, I found this figure on eBay for about $20, and that's with shipping. That's pretty much how much it cost when it was new, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Okay. His accessories include just a single hand that can be put on. The thing about his hand is, I got his extra hand already on. It's a pointer thing. But the thing is, the thing is kind of a ball at the end, which makes it very hard to take out, let alone put it back in. So, when you're taking it out, be very careful since this figure is, at least it feels quite fragile. It's a great figure. Well, it's a good figure. It looks great. It's There's a lot of reports of it being very fragile, I've read, and I can see it. The limbs are kind of loose. Articulation-wise, though, it's pretty good. Hands can rotate a bit. Fingers are not articulated, but it looks pretty accurate to the show's depiction of his fingers. And he even has a nice shiny screen. His neck can move around a bit. Can't really move up and down that well. Could wiggle up and down, like the chest can too. There seems to be a bit of something for articulation there. It moves a little, but I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like it's really holding that well, since there's a little space right under here. We can't see it, but there's a little space when you move his chest. So that doesn't really look like it should be there. Maybe you could see it better like this. Anyway, onto his legs, his upper thighs articulation is just rotating really. It can go completely 360, but you know, things like this. That's the turning part a little. Knees are just up and down. This is as far back as you can get them, which is pretty good. It's more than most figures can get them. Most figures are like this much. But the ankles are really the soft spot. The ankles can move a bit, but there's a thing blocking right here, and the ankle isn't long enough to get around that, so you can only move it backward, really, which kind of makes it hard to keep him standing, since he tends to fall back, since his feet can't really line up to the floor that well. It does seem his feet can come off, but since this figure is notorious for being quite fragile and falling apart, I won't risk it. And I can understand why I feel it falls apart, since it doesn't really feel like it's holding on that well to begin with. The joints are kind of soft, even though this is fresh out of the box. Like this one, it can hold, but it just comes down very fast and it feels like it's going to break. Okay then. Well, that's all the review. If you're interested in any of the figures that you can see, just ask and I'll give it a quick review. I doubt it, so I prefer reviewing figures that don't already have a review. So if there's any figures you see I have, if you want to know the name of,